Hello, monsters about here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 and a brand new campaign as Repanse de Lyonesse.
She speaks, I listen.
Goodo! Fantastic. So Repanse de Lyonesse, of course, is the Joan of Arc of Warhammer, because fuck having their own ideas, I guess. Never mind. So you start off down in ARGB. I mean, where ARGB would be if ARGB were in the game, and they're not. And we start off with little friends. We've got Henry. He's a bit of a simp. That's fine. We're going to stick him in the army there. And Repanse starts off with a field trebuchet, a bunch of. I mean, it's Bretonnia, isn't it? Why am I playing Bretonnia? I don't know, because the last one I played was that guy with the heads. That one. I don't remember what his name is. Just blank. So I thought, well, we haven't played Bretonnia in a while, and I do love cavalry charges. I do think the Total War Warhammer probably has the worst cavalry charges of pretty much any game, but fuck it. Grail Knights do at least have a decent cavalry charge. So we do start off with Kofa here, and we start off with the Kofa docks, which does allow us to recruit Knights Errant, which is quite useful. We do have a few sort of like knightly orders hanging around, like Martek here and Lashik. They'll probably die fairly early. And we have the victory conditions. So our short campaign victory conditions are to defeat the Drakenhof Conclave over there, that's Manfred, and the Follows of Nagash. That's of course Archon or Warhammer Skeletor. And then we just need to occupy, loot, raise or sack 30 different settlements. Easy peasy. No worries. We of course have the peasant economy, which means that as long as we have less than 8 peasant units in our army, we're fine. If we have more than that, then our peasant economy starts being... Well, I do remember Bretonnia just having an amazing economy though, just in general. So basically it's like, oh, if you don't recruit too many poor people, right, your economy's great. I'm not sure what that says about the Bretonnian economy, but I'm sure someone smarter than me could probably work it out. Anyway, we start off at war with some horrible vampires. Yes, horrible, dirty vampires. So let's start off with exterminating those bastards. What have they got? Some grave guards. They've got some cairn wraiths. That's quite nasty. And a corpse. Okay, otherwise that's not too bad. Should be fairly easy. First battle of a brand new campaign. It smells garlic bread, probably. Of course, one of the best things about Bretonnia is the fact that it's based on Northern Britain, where of course all the really posh people have French accents, and all the dirt poor people have West Country accents. Which is fun. We're moving Repanse and Henry to engage the cairn wraiths, because those guys are actually pretty nasty, mostly because their weapon strength is entirely armor piercing damage. Oof. Meanwhile, we sent our men-at-arms to engage the Black Knights while the Knights of the Realm charge them from the front. The Knights of the Realm do have a bonus first large. It's not great, it's only 12, and they've got very little armor piercing, but it's enough just to get the edge on those Black Knights. Those Black Knights are being dispatched nice and quickly, and that's going to free up those Knights so they can then come back and help the main line while Repanse and Henry keep the cairn wraiths busy. The questing Knights are probably my favourite Knights, mostly because they have armor piercing and they're pretty good at just a protracted melee combat. So charging into the flank of the skeletons, they're really going to make a mess of them. The spearmen coming in from the front as well. And of course the foot squires are fine. I mean, they're not great, but they're heavily armoured. They've got stats. It's not the worst. Yeah. Knights of the Realm coming in to charge more skeletons from the rear. Look at that, that's looking pretty good. Henry and Repanse are taking quite a bit of damage though. We do have to kind of rush in there and save them ideally. What I did forget is that Repanse has this effect called the Halo of Maidenly Wrath, which does blind enemy units. Only for 3 seconds, but it does reduce their stats quite considerably. Meanwhile, we definitely have the upper hand here. Victory is within our grasp. So we dispatch the corpse carts there. There's no support, and the Grave Guard are slowly chunking their way through Spearmen. The Spearmen will break just before the Knights of the Realm get their charge in. I was hoping they'd just hold on for a little bit longer. They didn't. Then we get this weird sort of like, I'm going to chase you a little bit charge, which doesn't really work, as they crash into the Foot Squires. But caught between the Knights of the Realm, the Foot Squires, and the Peasant Bowmen, who are now shooting them from all directions, the Grave Guard will eventually go down. A fairly tricky first battle. Let's take the unit experience and okay, options. We could go for Alhaik, which does have some. We could go for Fyrus. I think Fyrus might be. Well, on the other hand, they're going to stick an army in whatever. I don't think there's any real good option here. Well, unless we take Fyrus, then we can probably hit Alhaik next turn. Let's go with Inspiring Presence and I mean, more charge bonus is not actually that useful. But get us started. The weapon strength is nice. Can't argue with that. And then of course we have Henry Le Massif, and this guy is a special character. There can be only one, which gives him more melee attack and charge bonus. So he is he's quite nice. He also gets a hippogriff, which I don't think normal paladins get. Okay, this does have, what does this have? It has the Holy Monastery of the Divine Origo. So get more income, hero recruit rank for damsels, chivalry per turn, and we get 2 Grail Knights. And you know what? Let's just go for Fyrus. Let's just do this. Do I auto resolve or do I not trust it? I don't trust it, do I? I do not trust it. Yeah. I don't trust it. The dynamic duo, the Batman and Robin of the Bretonnian faction, charge into battle with the direwolves there to keep them busy, because I don't want to get flanked by direwolves. Meanwhile, the rest of the enemy army slowly advances. I don't think this is going to be particularly troublesome. I just didn't want the auto-resolve to dick me over, because it does do that, and I keep thinking maybe it won't do it this time. And it's kind of like Charlie Brown with Lucy and the ball, and every single time I end up flat on my back wondering why I just tried this again. So this time I'm not going to. Moving the old infantry up. We're taking a little bit of damage there, but that's fine. That's the realm. Taking a bit of damage. The questing knights, of course, are fresh as a daisy because these guys are fucking legit. Love those questing knights. Look at the stats, like 41, 40. That's because they're in wedge formation. And 48 weapon strength, 36 armor piercing. They're just a great unit. I mean, apart from Grail Knights, who are absolute wrecking balls, the questing knights, probably one of my favourite cavalry units the entire game. We send the skeletons flying all over the place, backed up by the questing knights there, who also send a horde of zombies flying down the hill and absolutely devastating that unit just from the charge. Meanwhile, Repanse and Henry have pretty much managed to deal with 3 units by themselves. We do have quite a large chunk of enemy undead trying to break through our spear wall. Our archers trying to give them a little bit of support there. I'm trying to get my artillery in there as well. I don't know if they can actually see that though. They might be blocked. Are they blocked? No, they are firing. They're going to give it. The only slight concern might be if they miss and end up careering into the rear of our spear wall. It's fine though. Our cavalry have almost finished mopping up. Yeah, see, that wasn't too bad. I think they mostly missed us. There are no mortars. Cressy Knights hacking their way through the zombies there, no problem. So the Foot Squires have finished off their unit. I haven't really noticed, it's fine. There we go. Almost entirely missed the peasants. Easy. I'm pretty happy with that. That went pretty well. We're going to occupy it. Excellent. We are going to grab the... Look at this, right? You get 300 income, 450, and then 600. Plus, you can boost it by 50%. The amount of money the Bretonnians get is fucking insane. Considering it's basically just farming. It's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. I mean, they don't get much money from their town, but the amount of money they can make from just their money buildings is fucking madness. So, yeah. Let's do that.
For Bretonnia, for the lady.
And we're going to stack up on Knights Errant. Just from the get-go. This is going to obviously make taking settlements a little bit harder, but I think we'll manage. And one thing I'm not concerned about in this campaign is having enough money. So we're going to go with economic investments to start off with. Let's get the old money flowing. I just remember in my whatever the other campaign I did, that guy just having so much money, just rolling in it, which is going to be a massive difference from the Demon Prince, where I just felt like I had so many settlements and bugger all cash. But I think the problem there was you had to spend so much to upgrade, because you made as much money from your settlement building as you did your money building, but upgrading your settlement building just costs significantly more, whereas just taking a settlement and building a bunch of farms is actually pretty dirt cheap. Of course, you do need 2 buildings to get that income, but frankly, that's pretty easy. Lights the Flame are dead. Yeah, we are going to have to worry about that guy. Right, yeah, so failure preparer is preparing to fail. The Chevaliers army take on water supplies. Each time they enter settlement, garrison forces to grant immunity from desert attrition for 5 turns. Fine. Good. Okay, so we are going to attack these guys. I think they've only got that settlement left.
The lady calls me.
But we do want to be quite quick here because old Warhammer Skeletor is going to be quite the bastard. So, do we want to just go for this? I'm thinking yes. Yeah. I'm sure this is fine. I mean, it would be better if we had some spellcasters, maybe an Amber Spear, or even better, a Comet of Cassandora, although this early on that would probably be unlikely. As with all sieges, we will never probably see most of this city. Getting to the victory location would be a victory in itself. Pretty much. I mean, the cities Warhammer 3, they're just too big. I'm sorry. I know there seemed to be a vocal section of the community that was screaming about how the settlements needed to be bigger, and so they made the settlements bigger, and I don't think it's actually made the sieges better in any way, shape or form. It's just made them look silly because unless there's literally unless you've got a full garrison and a full army in a settlement, you're unlikely to go anywhere near the victory location. So it's just weird. You just end up with... I preferred the sieges in Warhammer 2 and 1, to be honest, where you just kind of had a wall and a bit of city. I just think that made more sense. They're too big. Sorry. You know, it's not exactly a popular opinion, but I just think cities are too big. They're not particularly... I don't think sieges in Warhammer are particularly fun anyway. But I think the minor settlements are a lot more fun than the major settlements. And that's because I don't think the walls have any actual effects on the... They're just an obstacle to be overtaken. And I don't think they actually help the defenders all that much. If anything, what they tend to do is spread the defender out over what... I mean, you don't... It's not really an obstacle. You can just clamber over this. Because you have arse ladders, you just clamber over the walls, don't you? So they're not really an obstacle, and you just spread you out. So you may as well not bother. Minor settlements are better, but then people complained about how many minor settlements they were fighting because the AI doesn't really want to fight you. They have made that better though, which is good. There are improvements there. And they do say they want to improve the sieges, and they're doing it step by step, but no, I'm not holding my breath. We are through the gates with the men-at-arms with pole arms. They do have a little bit of armor piercing, which is nice. And we're going to send our knights around the flank, because if our infantry can keep the blob busy, our knights can come around here, smash through the gates, and ideally get some rear charges in. And that should then, with any luck, break the blob. Repanse has a very austere haircut, doesn't she? It's very austere. So Henry and Repanse are charging in. I'm trying to get them to take out the enemy general, because if we can kill off the enemy general, then with any luck, the rest of the army will crumble. I probably should have taken this city first. I kind of felt like I should, and then decided not to because it looks slightly tricky, and now I'm having to do it with more units in. I mean, I guess I do have more knights, so that's something. I don't know. I think there may be an argument for doing it in either order, but potentially taking the city first would probably be the better option. Oh well. Repanse and Henry trying to take out the enemy general. Poor Henry's taking a bit of a battering there, though, and we are completely surrounded. This is why we could really use some spells, a little bit of damsel support, but never mind. A spearman. They've got an open access. They've got a breach in the wall which they can use, which is great. And our knights are trying to batter their way through the gatehouse so we can get a rear attack on the enemy. It's mostly just going to be a bit of a grind. Of course, we do have less units than the enemy army, than the enemy garrison, but I think with Repanse and Henry, we do have the upper hand character-wise. There goes the Halo of Maidenly Wrath, which does blind for a few seconds. Oh, it's longer than 3 seconds. Maybe like 6, 5, something like that. Either way, it's not very long, but blind is quite a powerful effect because it does reduce melee attack and defense by quite a bit. There is a banner called... oh, fuck, what is it? Is it the Sun Standard of Chotek or something, which gives a unit blinded attacks? And that's very powerful. Black Knights charging into our spear wall. We do have bonus versus large. How much is it? 15. That's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. Looks like the Black Knights are winning, but they're not having it all their own way. So if the spearmen can hold that for a minute, then with any luck, our cavalry's through the breach now and racing to our aid. We just need to get them untangled into some sort of formation. Come on, lads. Come on, lads. Stop fighting. Just get through. You need it. Oh, fuck it. We're just charging. It's fine. Oh, Henry took a battering and is running away, but our knights now charging into the rear of the enemy army. That's going to cause all kinds of issues with their morale. Units are starting to crumble. Knights Errant charging into the rear of these Black Knights over here. Caught between the hammer and the anvil. They are starting to crumble quite rapidly. Didn't have quite the impact I was hoping, but the Questing Knights literally, they got like their chest of drawers on the back of the horse, which is an interesting manoeuvre. I guess you know, if you're questing, you're gonna have somewhere to keep your socks, haven't you? One drawer for your socks, one drawer for your pants. You don't wanna be questing with dirty pants on, do you? Filthy. No, absolutely not. That's definitely against the ladies' teachings, probably. Okay, we have the upper hand here. It looks like these units are starting to disintegrate. And Repanse up to 154 kills. She really can just wade in and start murdering everyone. She's pretty good like that. Look at that, hacking her way through them. Lovely stuff. We're pulling some units out to engage some crypt ghouls that would try to get the drop on us. No, you don't. The Black Knights, I mean, they've got 54 kills. The Spearmen have got 29. Mind you... I mean, yeah, so damage dealt as gold-wise, the Spearmen are winning that engagement. The Black Knights now starting to disintegrate. That's quite a strong unit for the enemy garrison as well. And you can see the number of enemy troops is dropping very, very quickly. We have taken quite a beating, though. So far so good. The Spearmen, despite taking an absolute beating, are still holding the line. Henry's he's down to 418 hit points. That's not very much. The Knights Errants are being pulled out of combat. We're going to leave the Knights of the Realm and the Questing Knights in there, or at least pulling them back, maybe potentially get another charge in. We need to kill off this Vampire Lord. If we can kill him off, we should be in a good place. Charging the Crypt Ghouls. I was hoping to do a little bit more damage there. Crypt Ghouls, I mean, they're quite a frail unit, but unfortunately our Knights Errant are taking a beating. I think it's probably because they've only got 20 melee defense, which probably doesn't help because they're in lance formation. I need to remember to change them out. I don't know what the different, like what is the benefit of leaving them in lance formation after the charge is completed? Does it matter? Question mark? Not sure. Anyway, Repanse is engaging the enemy Vampire Lord, trying to bring him down. She's quite a killy character. I mean, she's not the most killy character, but she's not bad. What are we doing here? The Foot Squires at 84 kills, very good. They've been doing quite well. The Polearms are 53. Repanse 239, not bad. Knights of the Realm with 102. The Questing Knights with 126. And the Knights Errant with 146. That's not bad. They are pretty shit cavalry, to be honest. The old Knights Errant. You know, you probably want to get rid of them as quickly as possible. The undead slowly going down. You can see we've brought them down from 2,500 to 1,000. We're trying to get some knights up on the... not some knights up on the wall. No, the peasant bowman. We're trying to get the peasant bowman up on the wall to give ourselves a little bit of arrow cover there. Probably should have done that earlier. And the Knights Errant have managed to finally pick off those ghouls. And they're trying to engage some skeleton warriors, although with mixed results. Repanse does have the upper hand against the Vampire Lords. Can we see how much damage dealt as gold she's done? She's done 1,300. Not bad. Not bad at all. If she can just pick off the Vampire Lord, I think we'll have this in the bag. Is he sad? He is sad. And the problem is when you're dead and you get sad, you start to disintegrate of your own accord. There goes the Halo of Mainly Wrath. He's managed to pick himself up, though. He's got 13 leadership. He's doing all right for himself. This is not what we want to see. We want to see him sad, depressed, melancholy. Oh, I think he's going down. And there he goes with the death of the Vampire Lord. It looks like panic, or at least some sort of sadness, spreads through the undead army as the Knights Errant charge the skeletons. There we go. They start to crumble away, as with the rest of the garrison. We have control of the city. I probably should have gone for this settlement first, but, you know, doesn't matter. By the by.
What was theirs is ours. The Lyonesse!
We got it now. Unite together? Yeah. Yes. I guess. We got Zandri. Good. Is everyone sad because we confederated? No, everyone's happy because we confederated. That's a turn up for the books.
For Bretonnia, for
Usually
the
everyone's
lady.
fucking shitty as a bear because we fucking confederated, but no, they're happy this time. Good.
For Bretonnia,
Good.
ready.
Good to hear. Good to hear. We'll go for more weapon strength for our boys, because God knows they could use it. And right, now we've got 14 of foot. Really? Oh.
My reputation precedes me.
Right. Well, okay.
Sallying forth.
Sir John, come over here. Oh, I forgot. I got your vow. I completely forget about vows. Oh shit, son. That's probably a pretty easy one to get. Henry, do you have vows? You do have vows. Rank up 5 times. I mean, that's just a basic one, isn't it? Fucking, I just forgot. Never mind. Right, the important thing is that we can trade these units over and be ready to take on Warhammer Skeletor,
In the lady's name.
because that's quite important. We are going to go with whatever gives us more growth, which is that one, Peasant's Duty. We're doing it. We're doing that one. We've got the Sword of Anti-Heroes.
Repanse de Lyonesse.
You've got that, which is fine. Oh, you've got vows, but you've already. Oh, you need to do this one. Defeat a legendary lord of now Vampire Council, Vampire Coast, but not Tomb Kings. Kill 5 enemy lords in battle. That's probably the easy one.
I will at once. Shall we?
Is it 5 lord? 5, yeah, not legendary lords, just lords.
STRIX, I listen.
Good. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Repanse. If you start hearing voices, not good. Probably not a good sign, but never mind. That's fine. You take your big sword and start swinging it around because the voices told you to.
My will is unmatched. What news?
Well,
Rebels!
you've leveled up, ma'am. So I'm going to give you basic training because vigor loss reduction is always good.
The lady calls me.
We are now. You guys don't like me, which is to be expected because our faction traits are: we get more control, upkeep reduction for embedded heroes, melee defense for questing knights, but our diplomatic relations with all of the bony boys pretty bad. And then Repanse herself.
The lady's name.
Exactly. Repanse herself she's a champion of the people, so she gets physical resistance for peasants units, more leadership for peasant units, she gets a halo of maidenly wrath and more chivalry per turn, which is fine. So that's quite nice.
For Bretonnia, for the lady.
We'll head in this direction. We're going to upgrade you, because the sooner we do that, better. I forgot that you were there. Okay, can I... If I march over here, I can trade these units over, can't I? Boop, 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 boop.
I pray for cooler climes.
Well, you came to the wrong fucking place then, didn't you? Okay, we'll get rid of you
Protector of the realm.
and John.
Repanse de Lyonesse.
John's out of here.
Be watchful. Be ready.
I think this is probably fine. Like, the number of Knights Errant here is probably a little bit on the low side, but the problem is Knight Errants are actually pretty garbage. If you look at them, their stats are pretty trash across the board. So, I mean, for a starting unit, they're not bad, but they're not. I mean, 175 is quite expensive. Is that because what vows do you've got the questing vows, that's fine, those guys are fine. So you currently can't have Grail Knights, Hippogriff Knights or Grail Guardians, which is fine. Oh, you do get more campaign movement range. What do you get for this one? Wound recovery time, Blessing of the Lady, Perfect Vigor. I think Perfect Vigor is quite nice. Not gonna lie, Perfect Vigor. Oh, pots! Fucking love a pot. Oh, you know, I'm a simple man. I see pots, I say yes. And don't think I'm talking about the wacky tobacco. I'm talking ceramic pots, baby. That's what I'm about. We definitely want to kill these guys before we do anything else. So replenishment would probably be good. So let's pop in here for a minute. Get the replenishment that we so desperately need. Henry is going to be... Oh, we could get chainmail. Let's get chainmail. What ancillaries do we have? We've got an initiate. Alright. Alright, we'll upgrade you. Get that ticking along. So far, so good. Do we have anyone nearby? So, Thegan's errantry, potentially.
The Empire.
Armored in. Welcome, friends. Let's hope we can. All right.
I'll get a little bit of money from you.
What?
I wonder if we can make friends with the dwarves in the mountains here. They could potentially be... Because if we can get a nice little military alliance with them, I'm thinking... More pots. I'm thinking, you know, dwarven artillery, iron breakers, because those won't count towards my peasant economy, will they? That sounds pretty good. Capture and occupy the Wizard Caliph's Palace. Well, we're certainly aiming to do that. Okay, we can go there. And there is Warhammer Skeletor himself. Do we just go? I'm thinking we just go for him. I'm thinking we just run right at him.
Is it time?
Yeah, I think it is. I think we're just doing it. Throwing caution to the wind. See if I get hoisted by mine own petard. Again. Okay, still there. That's good, because if we can pick him off. We can pick him off. Income from trade tariffs. Meh. Income from farms. That's what we want. That's what we want. Delicious farms. Right. His army's mostly trash. So, are you at war with anyone? No. Not yet. Not yet being the operative term, because now you are, you motherfucker. Come here, you bony piece of shit. I am going to run you down and then run you through, but that's going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.